show. They clean up nicely. It's the Drew and Fuse show. The Drew and Fuse show. The Drew and Fuse show. Yeah, they clean up nicely. Yeah.
Party people and the place to be. Daft Punks, how's everybody feeling today? The Bellboys are back in town.
Yeah, let me see if I can get this music cranking. Ready? Here we go. Nope, nothing. Not playing. Oh, dang. Well, I had the sick music. Them boys are back in town, but it's not playing.
We'll have to put it on the Instagram when this drops. So the boys are back in town. We've had to take a brief hiatus. Doesn't mean that we're stopping or we don't love you any less, but there's way too much shit going on, and turns out life happens.
Right? Life happens, and it's I don't think we've recorded one episode since Atlantic City, and we just haven't been able to connect. You know, we're 3 hours. Everybody knows we're 3 hours apart, so that plays into it a little bit, and just. We've had a lot going on. Drew has been DJing a lot. I've been DJing a lot. I've been on some trips. He's been on some road gigs for work as well. Yeah, and one of the things we wanted to kind of start by talking with is just that, you know, we had a great time in Atlantic City, and that thanks for everybody that came out to the Sacagawea party.
Well, just props. Honestly, I got a little baby tear in my eye when everyone showed up with Sacagaweas and talking about the stories of standing in lines at the bank, trying to talk people into letting them buy dollar coins, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. One, our little party was stupid too, but that doesn't matter because the fact that the bank wouldn't give them U.S. currency coins is just absurd. But thanks to everybody that did it. I mean, I laughed my ass off. It was fun. And what was the girl's name that was the bartender?
Oh, I don't remember now in a minute. But she was a good sport, and she told us that we had spent over $500 in dollar coins. So
the thought of everyone bringing together that many dollar coins is just so amazing. It really means a lot to us, and that you guys, the Daft Punks, would come through like that. And I mean, I just think we just got to have another absurd party. Like, I mean, what are you thinking next? Clowns?
I definitely think somebody on stilts juggling, I think would be good.
All of us show up to a party in stilts, right?
Right. That could be good. It's got to be something stupid.
Dude, pizza and ice cream party. You know what I'm saying?
Go.
You know, who doesn't want a good pizza and ice cream party where you get like the baby slice, like Little Caesars, but like it's like a super baby slice, and you're all excited with the really thin napkin.
Daft's take over Chuck E. Cheese for the day. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. That is 100% what I'm saying. But anyways, thank you for everybody that came and brought all those. It was actually really dope.
Yeah, really Drew and I had been so busy leading up to Atlantic City. We got there on Sunday, and we were like, "Yeah, the expo starts on Monday," and then come to find out the expo didn't start until Tuesday, and none of us even paid attention.
I don't know how we slipped that up, but I know I had to be home by Wednesday, so maybe that was part of it. But nonetheless, it's fine. I don't want to go back on Expo. It is what it is. We'll probably go back, but hopefully we got some bigger plans for you guys next time we go back.
I love Expo. I just wish we didn't have to rent a car. I wish we didn't have to fly into Philly and rent a car to get there. I wish there was a little bit of an easier route. And I know somebody listening is going to be like, well, you could take a shuttle from the airport, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, you can't really do that depending on what time you get in and all this. I just wish there was a little bit of an easier way. And maybe there is, and we don't know. And, you know, it's a tough event for us to get to. It's always super expensive to fly into Philly for whatever reason. And for me, it's hard to get a Delta flight there, which I typically only fly Delta. Drew only typically flies Delta. I had to fly Frontier there, which is fine. It's a quick flight.
Well, how about this? If you guys want to see us at one of these shows coming up, hit us up in the Daft's Facebook group and let us know what show you're going to. We've been asked to attend and talk at some of these shows, so let us know. We'll definitely be at DJC this year. The DJ Collective, for those of you that don't know, in Atlantic City. Or no, not Atlantic City,
In Atlanta, Georgia. Yes.
get your tickets. What are you waiting for?
Yeah. I'm excited for DJC this year. It'll be my second time, so I'm kind of excited to take it all in a little differently. I feel like Nashville was fun, but I feel like I was just so busy too that like it was like a whirlwind of a couple days and then it was over and then whatever. But I'm looking forward to Atlanta and kind of having a little break.
All right, so this is going to be a little solo cast. We don't have a guest today, so we're going to just talk some wins and some losses. Fuse, you want to start with like something that's pretty dope that's going on for you, a big, huge win for you?
As you guys know, we've talked a little bit about opening the bar. The bar I'm opening is called Red Leprechaun. It opened this past week. We opened last minute on a Thursday, kind of did a super soft opening, invited some friends and family down to kind of check it out. We opened Friday night and Saturday and then Sunday for the Bengals game, and we've been open since. It's been a long process. I'm happy that we're here and we're finally open. We are just open for drinks right now. We haven't even rolled out our cocktail menu. We haven't rolled out our food. We got a long way to go, and we're trying to take things step by step. We have a lot of bartenders that are newer, and so this up until our grand opening, which week, as we're going to call it, grand opening week, which is October 2nd. We're just calling basically everything's just soft open right now. We're telling everybody that comes in. We have little cards that we hand everybody at the door that kind of explains what's going on, explain the story of the bar. For you guys that don't know the story of the bar, me and my partner, Danny and I had been talking about doing an Irish pub for a while. Basically, we got connected with a guy that owns a spot in Ireland that basically salvages bars and pub equipment. And the bar that we got was going to be torn down, made room for condos. He went in and saved it all. We got connected with him. We shipped the bar to Cincinnati and we opened it up in a spot that had never had anything in it. So it was a full build out. We broke ground in January and it is now September that we're opening. So it's been a long 9-month process. And then, plans and all the stuff that happened before it as well. So the bar came from a town called Malahide. It took 57 days to get here in a shipping container with a lot of other fun decorative stuff that we got as well. And
so wait, I have a fun idea for you.
Right.
You should, for lack of insulting anybody, possibly dress up like a leprechaun, right? And then tell this story. It would be really cool to like get this video, and then maybe it's like a little QR code on the table, and they could do it, and it has Fuse like dancing and doing the bit.
I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea. I think somebody would be like, what is this guy and what is even happening right now?
I think that'd be amazing.
It's been a process, and even like last night, I was down there till almost 3:30 in the morning trying to figure out like where we're storing stuff and moving stuff and how we're keeping stuff because the chef comes on Monday and we start the kitchen stuff and it's like we have all this booze and alcohol and all these kegs in there and we have a kitchen. It's a small kitchen. It's a nice kitchen, but we need storage for all of this stuff. And, we only have limited space. So it's been a process of like, okay, we got this figured out. Now let's figure this out. And I tell you, it's been quite the experience, the learning experience.
I want to say give them the name so they could look it up because I don't know if the transformation is on Instagram or not, but the process that I've seen you show me is incredible. It's like such bare bones to like this place looks so dope. And so you have to go follow it on Instagram. If you're in Cincinnati, you got to go check it out. But it looks incredible. It's
Right.
just it's such a dope bar.
Red Leprechaun Irish Pub is where you can find us on social media. And oddly enough, the craziest part of the story is the domain name came from a bar in Long Beach where Drew is from. So the kind of, there was a red leprechaun in Long Beach, and it's just funny how everything kind of ties back together to like the podcast with all this. And yeah, we had to buy the domain off the lady. The red leprechaun in Long Beach closed down, and she had the domain and the socials, and we got them from her.
Yeah, it's down the street from my old place, so it's hilarious. I remember when he told me that was the name, I was like, "Oh, there's one right by my house." And he's like, "Wait, we actually bought that from her."
Right.
So,
Kind of just wild, the little tidbit there. But aside from that, I was in Key West doing wedding planning stuff. You guys, most everybody knows that getting married again is happening in Key West in February. So I was down there, came home for 3 days, and then Sunday left for Ireland and was there for 10 days. And then I got back on Wednesday, and the bar opened on Thursday. And so it's been like a whirlwind of like, honestly, since Atlantic City, nothing, like, we both have been nonstop. So that's what's going on in my life, and kind of where I'm led up to, and
some huge wins for you, some awesome vacations, and some really cool stuff to look forward to.
meanwhile, all the red stuff, all the DMS stuff, all the fit radio stuff, I'm still getting going, and doing while all this is happening. So, there's a lot of work that's being done in between.
It never ends. It is as an entrepreneur, as a grower, I know anybody that listens to this is trying to do their own hustle. And I always see the memes where it's like, I Photoshop, I promote, I do 20 other things. I throw Sacagawea parties, it's
Right.
the never ending. It's part of, I was talking to my daughter about this the other day. She's in dance, and I was saying the funnest part that I always look back at is the struggle. The wins were fun at the moment, but the struggle was the best.
Well, it's more meaningful when stuff happens when you need it to happen, or
Yep.
right time, right place kind of stuff. And it's kind of crazy. I was, kind of walking around the ballpark yesterday, and I just kind of had the realization that, like, oh shit, like, if the Reds don't make it to the playoffs, this is the last homestand. This week is the last week of, but next week's the last week of regular season. But like, this is their last homestand, so this would be my last week for the Reds. So a whole baseball season's gone by in the blink of an eye this year, and it's kind of like a little bittersweet to take that in. But it's been awesome to be a part of that as well this year, with everything else that's been going on. It's been a lot to balance and juggle, but it's been really cool.
It was a cool opportunity. I know you did a lot of stuff for anybody that's got a chance to go. I don't know if you heard, Fuse did a ton of custom edits and a ton of custom drops and stuff to really like freshen up the vibe from just being only organ or only classic song.
They just had a little different direction that they're trying to take things, and me and the other guy that are there all the time, he's a Reds full-timer. He does all their motion graphic stuff. He's awesome. His name's Nick. We've just been very on the same page about what needs to happen moving forward with the music and the vibe. And it's not only just for like the fans, but it's for the players too, which people don't understand a lot of times. Like, we want the players to be happy, too, because if they're happy and wanting to be out there and winning, that's when the fans are happy too.
You get them hyped. I mean,
right.
Otherwise, yeah, you're just walking on to just whatever. But yeah, if it gets them hyped and gets them going, then I mean, every now and then, don't you just think that they're just little little toys down there to just they don't have a personality, but they do, right? I mean, I'm joking, but
no,
sometimes you misplace it. You're just like, work, dance, monkey, dance.
To be a professional baseball player, I think that, in my opinion, this is my opinion, and again, somebody's going to be in the comments going, but the two hardest sports in all of sporting is golf and baseball. Baseball, you're hitting a round ball with a round bat, and somebody's throwing it at 100 miles an hour, and you have a brief like split second to decide what the pitch is and where you're swinging and all of that. And, it's such a mental game. It's, if you're good at batting, you're only good 30% of the time, and fielding, Like if you make, errors, you're not good. You have to be good 99.9% of the time in the field. So it's such a tough sport in that sense. And there's a lot of games, so you have to
So
stay
many games.
focused and stay on your game for a long period of time. And that's tough. I could see how guys, big contracts or not, I could see how. I mean, we're DJs. We play 2 or 3 times a week. These guys are playing baseball games 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week. It's easy to see how people were to get burnt out no matter the money. Everybody's human. Keeping things fresh and keeping things fun is important.
Amen. You got some big, huge, giant wins. Any losses, mentionable losses?
Sleep, mentionable loss of sleep has definitely been something that's been going on. I had a sinus infection before I went to Ireland. I have an ear infection now, which I'm fucking 35 years old getting ear infections like I'm 5 years old. And
Falling
it's
apart,
been
dude.
yeah, right. And you have to take care of yourself. I'm guilty of working, and the thing that I always let go is myself. And I'm really bad at putting other people, before me and things before me. And it is something I have to get back to. So losses now, any other losses? I don't know of any at the moment. Some losses from the racetracks in Ireland, monetary losses, but I wasn't betting big, so it's not too bad.
There it is. I like it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's hear about what's going on with you and wins and
Yeah, I had
losses.
some giant wins here. I got to actually DJ at Excess nightclub. I'll wrap myself out for all the podcast listeners. It was a buyout, corporate buyout. So, Excess isn't paying me to be Diplo or Calvin Harris, but doesn't matter. It was still a super honor. I've always gone with since day one, War and Peace was one of the original openers, and we we've had the luxury of being able to go and get backstage, and always going with. Actually, when I joined DMS, one of our first DMS parties was at Excess, so
Right.
it was just amazing to be able to be up there and throw some air hearts like Avicii and some pumps.
Right.
I had to throw one or two out just because, and twist some knobs like they were 1,000 pounds. But no, it was really dope. And I mean, it was no different than any other night. It was 2,500 people. They had half the pool. They had the whole entire nightclub. So I'm gonna be actually film some of it or most of it, so that hopefully you can do a little recap video. I mean, they're so fucking picky there. They kept taking away our cameras, but we we managed to get some footage. So it is what it is. But it's a good little promo for the kids. So hopefully that helps out for next year. That was a big one. I mean, just thinking off the top, I just got back from Boston. Shout out to all the homies that are out there, Brian Smith and Snacks, and just had a blast out there. So much fun. Those were my big wins. I feel like I've done some other really cool stuff, but I've just been slammed with they just kind of tender. Oh, I have something I don't want to talk about yet, but it's coming in. Doing some stuff for this pretty baller yacht club that has a lot of people in there. So yeah, some really cool stuff. Some huge wins coming.
You've been working a lot though too, just with the bungalow gigs. You've been picking up a ton of those, like the holiday weekend. You've been, the bungalow. You have your 2 nights that you're residency, but you've been there a lot more than the
Oh
2
yeah.
days a week.
It's for the most part, my week usually is Wednesday through Sunday. Yeah, I take Monday, Tuesday off, but it's been crazy. So sneaking in one of these on a Monday or a Tuesday has been near impossible, but no excuses. We're coming back with a vengeance. We got we're gonna start doing some, great guests and all this other stuff, but we do miss this podcast. So those are my
Yeah.
wins. Those are my wins. Giant loss. Your boy's getting a divorce. That's been tough. So working through
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
as somebody that's been through it, it's never an easy situation to go through. It's a lot of mental toll. It's a lot of physical toll. There's times when I'm stressed, I just want to shut down and sleep and be in the dark room and eat shitty food and camp out in the basement for a couple days. So to keep working through everything while that's going on is tough. So, and you guys been together for a long time, and all that stuff.
Yeah, life goes on. It is what it is. But yeah, a little bit of a loss.
Yeah, yeah. Is it tough, with the child, you guys, has she been taking it well with you and everything's been going okay there?
Luckily, everything's been great. Actually, fairly amicable and just working through all the stuff. So yeah, it's been good.
That's good. Let's see. What else? What else?
Dude, actually, give me a second.
Yeah.
I don't get.
All good, dude.
One minute, 37 seconds later.
So, where do you want to pick up here? Do you want to?
I'll start over. Give me just 1 second here. Let me catch my breath. Anyways, oh man, giant loss for your boy. I'm getting a divorce. I'm splitting with my wife. It's been 20 years. Super tough. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. It's been rough. So, just been working through that and trying to find time
while working. Yeah. While
Yeah.
working. And as somebody who's gone through it, I understand. And you guys, like I said, been together a long time, and it's not an easy process. And you guys have the kiddo together to deal with and all that. But from what you've been saying, she's been taking it well, and everything's been good with that.
Yeah, we're do it for the kids. So yeah, just being real here. It's been a whirlwind for everybody. So
yeah, and you've been going
anyways,
through new stuff like with the new bungalow gigs and just kind of your schedule adjustment and all that stuff while going through this. And it's kind of been going on for most of the year, and people really haven't realized that's all been going on in the background.
it's part of life. I mean, I've been with her for 20 years, so it is an up and down of life, and being an entrepreneur, and it's just what it is. So anyways, let's not dwell on this anymore.
What's next coming up? What's something you're excited about? I know you got a busy 3-gig weekend this weekend. 3 weddings, right?
3 weddings back to back to back.
Any gigs you're looking forward to? I know the XS one was a big one you were looking forward to, but now that that's over,
that was about it. It's always one of those things where you get the pinnacle and then you're like, what shit's gonna happen next?
Well, I always find those gigs, like that kind of stuff, like the XS stuff, I'm like, it's like we've talked about with like flying first class. It's like once you get a little taste of like that, you never not want to have it again. So it's like, okay, how can I do more than that, more of those?
Right.
And
I've really been loving the clubs. I'm not gonna lie to you. The weddings have been luckily been having some really awesome weddings, but at the same time, it's just it's a wedding. They're not as, you can't be as adventurous as you can. As much as we all try and bring the club to the wedding, it's still not just a club. So I've been really loving the clubs lately, and I don't know. The rest of the year is pretty packed out, and looking forward to seeing everyone at DJ Collective. That's pretty much the next big highlight. The rest is kind of working towards the new year.
Do you have a New Year's Eve gig booked yet?
I don't.
Dude, me neither. That's it. Daft's New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve ice cream social.
Oh man, all the DJs out there will charge us $10,000 just because it's New Year's Eve.
Right.
The price has gone up.
Yeah, I as far as gigs coming up, I got a gig coming up for Jason Henniger that I'm doing later in October.
Oh,
I
nice.
got a travel gig for Fit Radio that I'm doing. I'm going to Colorado Springs with them to DJ at basically what's to my understanding like an Orange Theory convention. They partnered with a lot of Orange Theory gyms, and me and one of the other Fit Radio DJs are going out there to DJ for them, and we're doing some workouts. And so I'll be out in Colorado Springs for that. I've never been to Colorado Springs, so if anybody's out there, holla. I'll be out there in October from like a Tuesday to Friday, I think it is. So that's I'm looking forward to that. Just anything that's a break from the norm right now. I was telling Drew this yesterday, and it's like, you know, when I first started the Reds season, I was nervous and really like going to the games, I was like stressed out. And now it's like towards the end of the season, it's coming down, and it's like, oh, I got like 4 or 5 hours where I just sit there and do the gig, and like nobody bothers me, and I just play the music and like watch the game, and it's kind of relaxing at this point. So now I'm losing that.
That's plane rides for me, which is why I love flying, is because I just turn my phone off and say, "Oh, sorry, I was on a flight, couldn't get to you." And I don't even listen to shit. To be honest with you, I've been putting my AirPods on and just hitting noise cancellation, just sitting there in the quiet. It's been very soothing.
Right.
And
I don't know
suffering
what
through first class, it's been a terrible thing where
I,
Delta ones and just suffering with free drinks and whatnot. That's been awful too.
I don't know what I'm
So
gonna do when I have to fly. I've been so spoiled because of the upgrades that it's like, oh man, when I have to sit in a regular seat in the back, I'm gonna be like miserable. I've been pretty much at least Comfort Plus, which for those of you that don't know, it's pretty much like the exit row. You got a lot more leg room, so
free
it's a lot
drinks.
more free drinks. Yeah, it's a lot more enjoyable. I haven't really been drinking. I drank it obviously in Ireland. I haven't really drank since I've gotten back at all, which has only been
But
like a week and a half. But
but the options there, and you get little baby snacks. So it's still better than the southwest where you're, flip of a coin if you're in the front or the back or in the
right,
middle or
right.
between someone else or Spirit
I
if you even get there.
I just try to, we talk about it all the time about sticking to an airline and doing that on the show with like a airline card, and it just makes such a huge difference. Like, all the time, especially if I know I'm going somewhere a couple months in advance, I try to book the ticket right away, because a lot of times what they do when you book advance, they just auto bump you. So you at least get comfort because you booked the ticket so early and you're one of the first ones. So that's what's been happening to me a lot with a lot of my flights, is that I've been at least getting comfort. And
Well, Delta just switched all of their stuff, so we all might be screwed here.
I know I don't know what I'm going to do. I might have to. I don't know if I need to upgrade the card or get the platinum or what. It's going to be worth it.
No,
Uh,
they're screwing everybody. We'll see. It's
yeah.
going to be a high spend before you get a lot of stuff, but I think
What
we
else?
just keep this one short. I don't know that there's anything else to say.
Uh, the only other thing I would like to talk about is just a little bit of just music in general. And I know, Drew, you've felt this way. I've been texting you with some of my sets to where I'm just like, I don't know. And I'm only saying this because I want other guys to hear this as well. Like, I don't know. As somebody who's playing in mostly bars and clubs and has always been like uh driving of like keeping it fresh, make sure you're playing new music. I'm not playing a lot of new music right now, and it makes me like question what I'm doing, like, am I doing a good job? Or like, I just feel like hip hop is so trash right now. Like, all the Sexy Red stuff is just like complete and utter trash, and it's never been as bad as it is. And I feel like I keep saying that, and I've been saying that, but there's tons of new music coming out, but nothing that's like concisive hits, nothing that's like charting big time, that gets you the oh reaction when you play it. And I mean, there might be one or two, but 12 years ago, me would kick my own ass for playing Morgan Wallen in the club right now. Like, you know what I mean? But it's like one of the biggest songs, the
You're not playing.
concisive.
You're not playing Cardi B bongos.
I mean, it just dropped last week, last Thursday, right? So, I mean, I'm not a fan. I'm just kind of over like the ratchet girl hip hop. It's not like City Girls, Cardi B, Sexy Red. Like it's all the same stuff, and it's like uh, again, it's not like a sexist or anything. I'm just like over that sound and vibe, and I just think that it's like that vibe and like the mumble rap is just killing the hip hop culture as a whole, and I don't know what's going to happen. There was an article I was reading that there hasn't been, for the first time in like the history of hip hop, this is the first year without a hip hop #1 single. And
Okay, that's a fact without even. I could just tell you that just off the top.
right,
Uh, but what I've been doing differently is searching out like new remixes and mashups, and that's how I've been keeping it fresh. Is
right,
just retooling my whole set with new ideas, and um, you know, two people that I've actually gone to and just gone and watched, because we always talk about lack of going out and watching. As I went and saw Steve Dub play recently, and then I saw Snacks in Boston. I saw Snacks twice, and just new ideas like, oh, why am I not doing that? Or just cool ways of doing mashups, not where it's just like a wordplay or it's just like a good blend that just enhances the song in a new way. So I've been
right.
just trying to retool my whole set, and it doesn't have to be a quote unquote new song. It's just like a new vibe, and it's a whole new thing, just sound fresh.
Right. And for me right now, the gigs aren't like I'm doing basically party bar. Like even the club is more of a party bar. So my sets are kind of the same. And I think that's kind of part of the problem is, before pre-pandemic, I was doing different kinds of gigs. So like let's say if I was playing, I don't know, Bulletproof by LaRue, I would have, a version that I play at this spot, a version that I play at this spot, a version that I play at this spot, because they're all kind of different. And I was looking for a different vibe. So that's kind of hard for me because right now I'm just looking for the one that goes, and that I'm just using that song as an example. So every time right now when I'm looking for a song, I just want the one that works in terms of dance floor reaction and keeping people there, not what might be the more sexier version or the more
Right.
like trendy music version,
I,
like
I'll get like two of those, and then I'm not really doing big rooms anymore, but if you do need a big room one, um, I don't know. Even then, I just feel like the original goes enough if you
right.
play it the right way.
All right. And it's just music's in a tough spot right now, and I think it's because of the broadness of where people are listening to. They aren't listening to just radio anymore. You have Spotify, you have
I think it's only Spotify. Yeah.
people are listening to SoundCloud, and they're like, "Oh, do you have this? It's on SoundCloud," and it's like, "What?"
Yeah, actually, you know what I saw that was really interesting, and I want to pay a lot more attention to. But YouTube and Spotify and TikTok are all starting this new little thing where you could do snippets,
Uh-huh.
and like especially on YouTube, where it might be YouTube Music, or I can't remember which one I saw it on, but it's like a TikTok style snippet. So you can just sample, you can flick through 8,000 songs
Oh my
in a
god.
minute. And so like I think it was Spotify, because they're trying to like get more on the TikTok game and make it a little bit more social.
Right.
And that's a quick way you can like go through all the music, which for someone like my kid who just wants to be like, okay, do I like this or not? Because she even goes back to old songs, so if that's how they discover new music, then hey, I
Well,
got to get on
that's
top of it.
that's what I even feel right now. I feel like it's cool right now to play old stuff, and like the stuff that 10, 12, 15 years ago when I was starting DJing, playing ABBA in a bar that was like a cool bar was not cool. And now it's cool. It's the cool, like playing Gimme Gimme or Dancing Queen is like lights them up.
It feels like a new song when I play
Right.
it.
Right. And it's like, it's just crazy because what was, and we've talked about this before, what was deemed like cheesy is not what's cheesy right now. And I think it's, as two people that are like been in the DJ game a while and other DJs that are probably listening, you constantly kind of got to, follow the trends. And I hate country music. I hate DJing country music at a bar, especially like a more cool bar or like sexy bar. I think it's whack as fuck. I think mashups of country music are whack as fuck. And I'm sorry to anybody that loves country music, but it's just not cool. It's really hillbilly. And playing that in a
It,
sexy bar is like
you
the
know,
epitome. But I
I,
find myself playing Morgan Wallen right now.
I was gonna say you might be biting your words here soon because it's the new Latin. It's the new crossover pop. It's
Right.
hot, man. It's hot. I did
Right.
it at a wedding the other night. I'm not proud of it, but I did it at
I,
a wedding the
I
other
I
night, and
don't disagree that it's hot. I still think it's hillbilly and trash. So that's where
I,
my opinion lies on it, and it's okay.
it's
It's okay
become
to
pop
have different
music.
opinions.
It's become pop music for a long time. I'm gonna say I like it. I can't stand it. Told
Yeah,
my kid that's all she wants to put on is country, and I just keep saying I'll throw your phone out the window if you put country on in my car.
I,
But that's just my opinion. It doesn't mean
right,
that I'm right or wrong. I still
right,
like old trashy 90s punk music. I'm sure she doesn't like that. It's
right. I am curious, like where the trend is going to go, and what really blows my mind is like yesterday I was looking at just Billboard. I was looking at the Spotify top 50 in the United States, and it's like a lot of like Olivia Rodrigo. And it just blows my mind that like there's like 6 songs in the top 15 of both. And it's like, I'm not playing those songs. Are you playing those songs?
I haven't even bothered to listen to it. But I
That's what I'm
mean,
saying.
she has a hot new album. That's why they're all out. And
Well, I get
she's one of
that,
the
but
last people to do albums. No one's doing albums anymore. That's why you're seeing 6 tracks in there. Everyone else is pumping out one single here and there and milking it for a full year. Like milking what used to be the album, they're milking for an entire year,
I know.
right? And then packaging it as an album and putting it back out.
And it's crazy now because the way Spotify works, like if you're a big artist and you have like a large monthly following on Spotify and or like people favorite you, as soon as you put a song out, it gets a shit ton of listens right away, right? Whereas like before Spotify or iTunes, like if you were still a huge artist to get that many listens right away, it would have to get big on the radio. So it's like you don't need the radio anymore. So if you're like a big chain smokers fan and they drop a new song, you hear it. It doesn't mean you even love it. It just means that you probably listen to it and it counts as listen, on Spotify, and it's blowing the song up. But as a concisive hit, it doesn't matter. Like, but
Give me
anyway,
the viral
it's
dance. The viral
right.
dance. Get on the
That's the way
viral
to do it.
dance.
You just got to get on the viral dance, and if you want to make a big hit, you got to have somebody do something stupid on TikTok to it.
So we're gonna end this podcast with saying we do have some music episodes coming up. That's something that we want to start integrating in these. And Fuse can list all of his top country songs in it, and I'll list all my top viral dance songs in it.
Right, all my
And
country. Hit me up, I got you.
all of his top country mashups. And I think we're gonna do some music. And again, if you guys aren't on the Facebook group, go hit that up and let us know what you think and what you want. And them boys are back in town.
Them
Them boys
boys
are
are
back.
back in town. Real quick, just shout out to our sponsors. We got Briggs. Briggs hooked us up with another package. I got a little Briggs Beard Company candle here. So if you
Nice.
use the promo code Drew and Fuse Show, it'll get you 20% off an order at Briggs. If you I'm sorry, I think it's Daff's on that one. And then
Yeah,
Drew and
Taft.
Fuse Show, on directmusicservice.com will get you 30% off your first month of activation. So if you guys haven't jumped on DMS to hear all the country mashups that I'm putting out, you should definitely go and do that. I'm a sellout. What can I say? I play these country music mashups and because they work, and I hate every bit of it. And
I played a Morgan Wallen one.
I play the Morgan Wallen one too. If you guys don't know, there's a bunch of country music edits on DMS under the name Plaid Blazely. That's me. Spoiler alert. I'm a sellout. I'm the biggest sellout there is. I was editing country music for the website. But I couldn't bear the thought of doing it under the Fusamania name, so we had to create a separate alias.
We also have you said Direct Music Service. We also have Club Cannon sponsor.
Right. In the link below, if you're on YouTube, there's an affiliate link you can check out. We have the both lighting link.
Yep, both lighting. Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I was gonna say we're pushing to get back to the Liquid Death sponsorship. So
Right.
I know
they
I think
they
it was
reached out. They
CVB.
said they couldn't afford us. That's what they said.
No. Someone said that they're gonna try. CVB, I'm pretty sure, said that he was gonna try and get us. I'm drinking bubbly today. That's how much of a sellout I am until I'm a holdout. I'm a holdout until the real stuff comes.
He's with the writers in the strike.
But follow the Facebook group, follow Red Leprechaun.
Yeah. If you guys are in Cincy, ever hit me up. I'm around always, and you know, it's
What was the name
a
of it?
whirlwind.
Red Leprechaun?
Red Leprechaun Irish Pub. It's that simple.
Irish
You
Pub.
can find it. You can find it you know, on Instagram, on Facebook, on TikTok. We've got a lot going on. We're going to get more on our game and get things a little moving better and more efficient. But excited about what's to come with that, and looking forward to seeing everybody at DJC. Me and Drew have some things in the works with DJC that should be pretty fun. And like Drew mentioned, if you guys want to see the DAFS experience at a convention near you, make sure you hit us up. We'll
Ice Cream Social. Ice Cream Social. We do a live podcast, Ice Cream Social. Like that would be pretty amazing.
But I want it to be like shitty, like intentionally shitty. So like where you walk into the room and you get like a dum-dum, like a shitty frozen ice cream, and then like a single shitty piece of frozen pizza, like handed to you on a plate. Like it's not even nice.
You need a little plastic bib, one of those like see-through plastic bibs.
Yeah, we'll just get custom bibs made for the next
custom bibs and baby slices with a little baby scoop of ice cream. I think it's the move. A push pop.
Right.
And a napkin. We need a napkin.
Custom ice cream. We'll have to hit up the captains and see if they know anywhere where we can get custom ice cream cones made. So
well, thanks for listening. I was about to say suffering, but thanks for listening to our
well, maybe it was suffering. Who knows? You know, it could have been suffering through
listening to us just talk about ourselves, but it's only because we miss you guys and we miss each other, and we feel like we've been MIA. So
we just wanted to give an update.
Yep.
An update on life and what's been going on. And you know, we feel like we owe it to you guys, the listeners, to explain why we haven't been as consistent lately. And, you know, we like it. We miss it. We talk about all the time how this is like our little therapy sessions at times where we just talk things out. So,
yep.
And, yeah, we'll be back. We're it's not like we don't want to do this. We do want to do it, and we want to keep it going. We enjoy it very much, and stuff's just been in the way. And you know, boys got to eat.
So go on the Facebook group. Let us know what music topics you want to hear. If there's guests, it doesn't mean we're going to listen to what you recommend, but you know, you can throw them up there.
If you're making country music edits and spamming me, I appreciate it so much.
Do it.
But
do more.
Do more. do more. That's going to be it for today. We'll see you guys soon. We'll have more episodes coming soon for you guys, more great guests coming up. Like Drew said, we do have the Facebook group, so make sure you're active in there talking. We do check it as much as, we might not comment. We're in there all the time. So say what's up. Until next time, we'll see you guys later. Daft Punk's out. See ya.